Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at Catalyst Physical Therapy. We've all seen t-shirts walking around that say when all else fails, squat and squat and coffee. Well, I couldn't agree more with those sayings, right? Because the squat exercise is probably the best exercise out there for your body. And there's a lot of common misconceptions about how squatting could be bad for your knees and for your back. But let me tell you something, if you do the movement properly, then it's actually going to be beneficial. If you do it incorrectly, it's going to be bad for you. So today, we're going to talk about squatting properly. Alright guys, so just like I promised, today we're going to cover the squat. We're going to teach you how to do the squat properly. That way that you can have no fear about injuring anything else on the squat, okay? So I have the squat rack and the barbell, but I wouldn't suggest starting here, okay? We're gonna start with something a lot easier. We're gonna scale it down. That way if you have ever squatted before and you weren't successful at it, you can feel comfortable jumping right back into it. So let me grab the materials that I need. So you definitely need some sort of external weight, okay? So this is a 14-pound medicine ball, okay? And you need weight, okay? Because air squats are great, but when you use external weight, it's gonna make you activate all your stabilizing muscles of the spine, okay? So it's gonna simulate this type of squat a lot more, okay? So I'm gonna set that down. Now, what you wanna do, okay, so number one, right? You want to have your feet shoulder width apart. Now, there's a lot of arguing going back and forth about whether your feet should stay straight or your feet should be angled out. Now, here's the thing, okay? Per the textbooks, okay? Your feet are allowed to be out 30 degrees, okay? So 30 degrees, that means if I were standing on some clock faces, okay, my right foot would be pointed at 2 o'clock and my left foot would be pointed at 10 o'clock, okay? No further than that, right? If you're any further than that, it's too far. Now, second thing, okay, the knees, everyone's heard this before, got to stay behind the toes. The third thing is your knees do have to go out. Okay, you never want to squat with the knees in, okay? Now, a lot of people have ankle stiffness out there just because of the footwear that we use. So one thing you probably haven't heard of is jamming your toe down into the ground, okay? So when I talk about jamming your toe, I'm talking about the big toe. So you want to pretend that you have some sort of quarter or piece of clay right here and you want to jam that toe down. Now what that's going to prevent, it's going to prevent your ankles from sliding out as you squat, okay? Now if you find yourself, okay, so here's the external weight, so I'm going to go down. If you find yourself still turning out, okay, then that means you have a lot of ankle stiffness. The way you address that is you bring the floor up. Okay, you get a little 2x4, you can use bumper plates, put them right on your heels, okay, just like that, okay, jam that toe down, hold the weight close to you, okay, come down, make sure your hips fall below your knee crease, and then come back up, okay. Now your repetition scheme is always going to be 3 sets of 15. And the reason for that is because it takes 12 to 15 reps to get that lactic acid in your muscles in the lower legs. Little less repetitions for the upper body, more repetitions for the lower body. Okay, so you'll hear a lot about functional movements, functional patterns, and that's great. Functional movements, functional exercises are great, but the magical thing about the squat is that it creates symmetry. with that being said, if you have decreased ankle mobility, you jam your toe down into the floor, if that still doesn't work and your feet are still slipping out as you squat down, then you put the 2x4 underneath your heels, okay? So the weight of the ball, that's to activate the center of the back, right? That's gonna keep you nice and upright. So always use a weighted ball. You wanna hold the weighted ball close to you, not out here, okay? Right underneath the chin, jam the toes down, drop down, okay? Keep those hips underneath the knees, look straight ahead, and then come back up, okay? Push through the heels, and that should execute your squat properly. If you need more info on how to squat properly, there's someone you can follow on Instagram known as Squat University. They have great tips and tricks. There's so many more things you can add to it. So Squat University, I follow them. They have great tips and tricks about how to get your squat done right. Some of it is expert, some of it is novice. Just run through it, pick and choose. But when all else fails, you don't know what to do at the gym or if anything's hurting, go ahead and squat and you'll see how much that benefits you. That's today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. If you missed any of our previous videos, they're located up here on the top right-hand corner. I'm Dr. G, and I'll see you next time.